And that's it. TLC 2017 is in the books. And given how crazy the build was with people getting ill and new people coming back and Kurt Angle all of a sudden being a wrestler again, you had the right to think to yourself, man, maybe this is going to be a really good show. You know what? It was a good show, but it was also a little bit crazy. My name is Simon Miller from What Culture, and you are watching Ups and Downs for TLC 2017, where we go through the pay-per-view and we give the good bits an up and we give the bad bits a down, and then that's it. The opinion has been stated, it becomes fact, and we can move on. That's Ups and Downs. We'll start with the pre-show, because why not? And we once again had Alicia Fox versus Sasha Banks. And that was it. It was just a match. It was just there. Alicia Fox did some impressive bridge things, some look how flexible I am. It was fine. Sasha Banks won again. So this is pointless. And we'll probably see it on Raw, which makes it even more pointless. So it's going to get it down, because why did it even exist? That's all I got. That weird stutter thing. What are you going to do? And then the main card started and we got off to a big bang, because we did get the debuting Asuka going against Emma, and you know what? It's getting a big fat up. Now, personally, I may have not booked the match in the way that it was booked, in the sense that Asuka, this dominant female champion from NXT, has arrived on Raw, and then she just had your traditional WWE match at TLC, and it was fine. Asuka won, and she did look kind of dominant. However, for my liking, Emma got a bit too much offense in. That's not a problem. If anything, we should try and build Emma up, but I just think as this was Asuka's debut, and she has been billed as the Goldberg of 10 years or 20 years ago, of then or whatever, but now that wasn't English or grammar. But hey, as she has been billed that, I would have rather whoever the opponent was just got massacred and killed by Asuka, and everyone can be like, oh my gosh, she's a real threat. However, that is picking at straws a little bit, because this was still really good. It was a really good match. I enjoyed it. And hey, Asuka won. She got a great reception from the crowd, and she's away. Here she is. If it goes well, this could be really good. Next was the 205 tag match between Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick versus Rick Swan and Cedric Alexander. And you know what? Despite not having that much time, which did suck, it was actually quite entertaining. Getting it up. All four men did show what they were made of, even though again they weren't given much time, and it was so entertaining, it was so fun. It was a very good advert for kind of hey, why don't you come watch our show on Tuesday nights? We're actually all we're all really incredible performers. It's just sometimes we get screwed over by the company. It winded up when Alexander and Swan did pin Brian Kendrick, and there was not much to take away from this. There's no real story, no real build. I mean, they've had a mini little feud, but at the end of the day it was well, do I care really? And I do care because it was fun. But again, there's no narrative here. However, it was a good start to the show. TLC, we're a few matches in, and forget the pre-show for now. I was all right, we're away to the races. And that carried on too, because then we had Alexa Bliss versus Mickie James for the women's title, and that was an up as well. Pretty standard stuff here, and WWE's insistent on trying to get the crowd shout biscuit butt or whatever it is at Alexa Bliss is terrible. You can just stop that now, WWE. There's a reason fans don't want to chant that, and it's because it's ludicrous. But then both prove they do have great chemistry in the ring, and it obviously did end when Mickie James lost, because that was kind of obvious from the start. But then Mickie James cut a tremendous babyface promo, the crowd loved it, she felt super over, and if you wind the clock back to when Mickie James originally came back to the WWE and they made her a heel, you start to realise what a mistake that was. This certainly wasn't bad though, and I'd go as far as to say it was good. So once again, TLC has just come flying out the gate with power. That's 3 for 3 essentially. But don't worry, because we're about to go downtown. Because the next match was Callisto, the 205 Live Cruiserweight Champion, versus Enzo Amore, and it's getting it down. This wasn't as bad as a lot of people thought it was going to be. However, it was still not what I would call great, and once again it just underlined the fact that while Enzo is an amazing talker, really WWE should be using him as a heel manager, as aside from making him the champion on 205 Live, in a division which is meant to be about super work rate and great talent. And I don't think when we come to the in-ring side of things, that's what Enzo's any good at. Enzo did win the Cruiserweight title back here, which probably proves that yes, the reason they changed it originally was because of the Neville walkout. So now we're just back to where we were. Don't really know what's next. I don't know if I care. I'm still not going to watch 205 Live because there's no point. But hey, if you are watching TLC and you want a bathroom break or you want to go get some food, just between you and I would maybe use this match to go get all that stuff done. Things then did pick up massively, however, as we had the Demon Finn Balor taking on Bray Wyatt's replacement AJ Styles, and it's no real surprise, This was one of the best WWE matches of this year. It's getting a massive up. It was awesome. It was great. You should all go check it out right now. There's not even much I can say about it, to be honest. You know how good Finn Balor is. You know how good AJ Styles is. And they just proved it here. And to be honest, I think there's maybe another level they could go to if there is some kind of future feud in place. But even so, this was tremendous, and just two people working well together and proving you don't need much build before a match. If you're that talented in the ring, just do your stuff. The crowd will love it. I loved it. Face it, everybody loved it. The finish came when Finn Balor really did stomp his 2 feet into AJ Styles. I mean, that was not a worked coup de grace at all. He was just like, you take this, AJ Styles. Come on, my brand. I'll teach you a lesson. And then afterwards, the two gave each other a little too sweet, which will just spark the flames of the internet. And now we can round debate what that was all about as well. However, match of the night, no question. Even if you don't watch WWE anymore, you should go and find a way to watch this match. It's worth it. It's even worth getting a network subscription just for a month. That is how top it was. And now we come crashing back down to earth with another down, because there was some weird angle throughout the night at TLC where Jason Jordan continued to throw lettuce at Elias. And I'll just let you just take that information, let that process. Jason Jordan threw lettuce at Elias. He just wanted to play his guitar. That's all he wanted. Guitar. Do-do-do-do. Nope. Lettuce. Now, for some reason, this then built to a match at TLC, and unsurprisingly, no one cared. No one wanted to see Elias versus Jason Jordan. On Raw, it was meant to be Elias versus the Titus O'Neil crew, and now all of a sudden Jason Jordan is feuding with Elias. Unless I've forgotten something, which I probably have. I think he was actually involved now I think about it. But none of this makes any sense. Nobody cared. The fans were dead. Jason Jordan won, obviously, which again comes up the point, what is the point of Elias? Because you're building him, and now you just throw him out the window. Baffling. It didn't need to be here. It was clear this was meant to be the filler match before the main event, but we didn't need a filler match. We could have just gone right into the main event and TLC would have been even better. Didn't like this. Bad times. That's why I got it down. And then it was the main event. It was the TLC match between Kane, Braun Strowman, The Miz, Sheamus, Cesaro, and then Kurt Angle, who was an honorary Shield member for the night. I couldn't say that right. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. Now, yes, this did get a little bit too crazy, and if you were on social media at the time but you weren't watching, you will have figured that out, because basically WWE went, you know what, let's overbook this. We're kind of in a position here, we don't know what to do. Let's overbook it like crazy. However, it was really fun. It was really entertaining. I laughed my way through the whole thing, as silly as it was. It's getting it up. The best bit for me was when The Miz threw Braun Strowman into a garbage truck and essentially killed him. Because he pulled the thing down, and if you did that to a real human being, they'd be dead. So R.I.P. Braun Strowman. You're probably wondering why would Miz and the rest of the heels be going against Braun Strowman because he was on their team? Well, earlier in the night, Kane turned on Braun Strowman, so what I think has happened here is that Kane is now a double heel because he's a heel already, but we're actually starting a Braun Strowman face turn. That kind of makes sense because everyone loves Braun Strowman to begin with, but now he's dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. The match did end when we got the Shield triple powerbomb on The Miz, and of course what you really want to know is, what did Kurt Angle do in this match? Well, he didn't do much, which was actually good, and I was actually pleased by that, and he mostly worked with Kane, which also made sense, because look, of all the dudes in that ring, you work with Kane, he's a nice safe guy, he's going to take care of you. However, Angle couldn't help himself all that much, because he did also get thrown through a table. However, all the reports say that he's fine, so that's great. And while I wasn't a big fan of him coming out in Shield gear, if they are planning another match with him, then you want to save his big return with his singlet and his music and all of that for later down the line, so it actually ticks all the boxes. But yeah, this was crazy, this was nuts, this was ridiculous, this was ludicrous, but it was a fun, overbooked main event, and all in all, I think TLC was a good show. In fact, TLC as an entire show is getting an up. I think WWE did well with the cards they'd been dealt. Now we go on to Survivor Series. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you thought about TLC 2017. Like, share and subscribe. Head on over to whatculture.com and read yourself some TLC related articles. Follow What Culture on Twitter and What Culture WWE. My name is Simon from What Culture. I'll see you soon.
Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Aren't you a star? Don't forget to subscribe below, and also the people who made this video, they're right here, so go and follow them and give them some love. If you want to see more content, there's probably some stuff flowing up above my head. Why not check it out? It could be fun. I'm not your dad.